It helps if there are lights on. Hi, how you doing? What's going on? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby, and I am the host of this group, The Spiritual Artist, and it is freezing in here. The temperature dropped down to like 30 degrees last night. Nah, that's Fahrenheit for those people who are not Americans, and yeah, that's cold. So that's below zero for the rest of you weirdos with Celsius. So welcome to Daily Fuel, and if you're watching in the replay, do me a favor and let me know that you're here. You can write a hashtag. You can put hashtag replay, hashtag replartist. Somebody put that. Make up your own. It doesn't even have to have something. It could be anything. Like, be creative. Make something up. And Mikey's here, alive. Yay. Oh, you only missed one, dude. I thought I was going to get a week at least where I didn't have to deal with you. I'm kidding. Amy is here, and Rupert is here, and Crimson is here. She says hello. Hello, how are you? Yeah, so, hello, yes, light, camera, action, yep, cool. And, all right, good. So, if you're here live, like these guys are, then you can comment the whole time that I'm talking. In fact, I like when you guys do that, because then when I'm done talking, I go to the comments and I read them, and I have something to do. Otherwise, if nobody comments while I'm talking, then I finish and I go to read the comments and there are none, and then I'm bored. So I don't like that. Hi, this is driving me crazy. Doesn't come up. I don't know what that means, but hi. Hi, what's driving you crazy? Anyway, it's nice to see you. Let's get started. Really cold. Don't force it. Don't force it. Don't do it. All right, we're done. Let's go to the comments. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so this is something that I realized I talk about a lot. It's one of those things that's sort of like a sub-theme in a lot of my other Daily Fuels. I'll say this a lot. Like, here's the scenario that I use all the time. I get an idea. Oh my God, what a great idea, because it's my idea and it's good and I like it. So, and I'm excited about it and I want to do it. I want to see it. I want to feel it and touch it and not so much taste it, but you know what I mean. I want to live it. I want to be it. I want it to come to fruition so I can take it out of my pocket and look at it and be like, that's really cool, right? Especially if it's some kind of artistic project or a business endeavor that I have in mind. I just want to do it and I want it done now. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to work, and I'm going to get it done by Thursday. And, well, that's today. And, so what happens, though, is that I get this idea, and to me it feels like the complete idea. It's like I get this spark of inspiration. It's like lightning strikes, right? And it's like, oh my God, for a brief second, I could see the whole thing. I could see the beginning, the end, the middle, all the pieces, all the variables, everything is crystal clear, and then it's gone, and I'm left with just the feeling of it. And it's like, I thought that I had this idea, and now I just have this idea of an idea. And so what do? Though I try to recreate that clarity through action in 3D land, and it doesn't work. It just does not work. Because what happens, I try to force it into completion. And the name of this one is Don't Force It. So, why? Because I've done that many times and I realize it doesn't work. So let's not do it anymore. But when you're trying to coerce it, when you're trying to force it, putting the round peg in the metaphorical square hole, or vice versa, however it goes, I end up making up the pieces that are missing. It's like I know this part and I know this part, and I know I want it to be over here somewhere, so I'll make up the things in the middle and I'll just try to cram it in so that I get it done. I just want to get there. I just want to get there as fast as I can. So here are 3 things about this, right? Number 1 is it is way too hard. It's just way too hard. It causes a lot of stress. It's very difficult. And you want to pull your hair out. You want to take things and throw them across the room. We're just not equipped for it. We aren't built to know all the data, to just be able to imagine it. And, here's the thing. When I started my business, people would be like, oh, you need a business plan. You got to make a business plan, right? Let me tell you something about business plans. Business plans are myths. Business plans are made up bullshit. Business plans are how much money are you going to make, and how much do you need to charge, and how much do you have to do this, and how much will advertising cost. And you know what? You don't know. You don't know any of the answers to these questions that you're supposed to know. And you feel like an idiot because you're making a business plan, and it seems like people who make business plans are smart and know things. It's like, why don't I know any of this stuff? I can remember being in my 20s, making my first business plan when I started my business, and just being like, am I built for this? Like, I don't know any of this stuff. How could anyone possibly know how much money they're going to make selling something to people they don't know yet? How would you possibly know that, right? So, but that's what I do. That's what we all do in a way. It's like we all like see this end result that we want, and it's just like, well, then let me just make up all the variables in between. I'll just make them up, pull numbers out of my ass, just use those, just make the whole thing up, and then it doesn't go that way. It doesn't work that way. It's like, well, I need to have 15 clients that pay me $1,000 each every week or month or whatever, and it's like, well, all right, the month went by and I got 2. And one guy only had $500. Now what do I do? It's like the reality didn't fit the plan, so to speak. So it's too difficult. We're not equipped to know these variables, and we're not equipped to just pull them out of the air and say, it's got to be this. Doesn't work. Who is equipped? The universe. The universe is equipped for this. Our job is to sift and sort through the data as we see it, and not try to figure out what the next bit of data is, but allow it to sort of come to us. And that is really difficult for people like me who want it done now, who want to hold the final thing in my hand immediately. But the universe delivers things best, and that's the story of this group. That is literally the story of this group. And some of you are new here, so I'll say it again real quick. I started this group back in September. I had no idea why I was starting a group, other than the fact that I trusted this voice in my head saying to me, you need to start a Facebook group again. You did a lot of things right the first time around, because I ran a group back in 2017. A different kind of group, but I did Daily Fuel. I did a lot of spiritual stuff, but it was mostly teaching entrepreneurs how to use video for their business. But all of this stuff just kept spewing out of me, and I talked a lot about this stuff. In this group, I'm a lot more this is a lot more front and center. But I was trying to force the pieces of the group to be a certain thing. And when it wasn't becoming that thing, I just threw it I just said, screw it, and I'm done with this. And I closed the group. And I said, I will never, ever start a group again, ever, no matter what. Never. And you know that I talk to my buddy Landon every Friday. And I said to him, if I ever tell you that I'm starting a Facebook group, you are to get on a plane and come to my house and punch me in the face. That's the rules. Those are the rules. I'm in New York, he's in Colorado, right? So I expect you to get to my house and hit me to get this nonsense out of my head. And then one day I got on the call with him and I said, hey, guess what? Yeah, I think I'm starting a Facebook group. And he just started laughing. But it was the right thing, because I didn't know why I was starting the group. I just knew it was time to do something with it. And then I started the group, and instead of trying to force it into a business model, I just bead in the group. I just was here. I was just like, hey, let's do a thing. And within a couple of days, it turned into this art thing. And I was like, oh, this is great. Now I found my people where it was, something's happening here, and I could feel the energy building and everything like that. It has been, 6 months, 7 months since I started the group, and it's only now that I'm starting to realize what the business model is and the business purpose of the group, even though there have been personal purposes to the group and other purposes to the group. But man, it's getting insane. So when you allow the universe to deliver it to you, it goes a little slower than I would like. I wanted to start the group and know by day 3 exactly what I was doing, but that didn't happen. It's taken me month 7 to half figure it out, and to trust that it will keep bringing me details, which it is. But when you're trying to force it, you got a 50-50 chance at best, maybe, that it's going to be what you want. And even if it turns out what you want, here's the thing about that. Even if you can force it, even if you can just make it happen through sheer will, right? Remember in that what was that Christmas movie? A Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase, right? Where he wants the light. Have you ever seen this movie? It's great. He wants the lights on the house to turn on, and finally he takes the two pieces of the extension cord and he just is like, and he puts them together and the lights come on and he's like, what? Right? He's like that. That I feel like sometimes. That feeling of I just need this thing built or done or ready to go. And if by some miracle you're able to force that through, right? Well, you know what happens? You're not prepared for the next level of contrast, because you ever get a thing that you really wanted and as soon as you get it, you're like, yeah, I got it. And then you're like, gee, I wasn't anticipating that issue. Like, I like it, but now I'm bored and now I want this other thing, you know? But if you go through it step by step and let the universe bring you the pieces one at a time, you're ready for the next bit of contrast. You're ready for it. It's like you're going up the hike, you're walking along and you're ready for the next step. But if you run around that corner, you're not ready for the fact that there's a cliff there and you're moving 100 miles an hour and there's a cliff and you can't stop and you go right off the cliff. So you need to move a little bit slower, stop forcing things, because when you reach that thing and you get the thing that you want, there's immediately going to be contrast. Immediately. It's the planet we live on. It's the life we chose. It shows up immediately. But if you're going at the universe's pace, you're prepared for the contrast. And it's like, oh, okay, I get that now. And now it's the next thing. And now it's the next thing. And you realize you're never there. There's just always the next thing and always the next thing. But if you got to get somewhere, he's like, boom, I'm here. And it's like, pow, something hit you because the next thing, you weren't ready for it. I think you got it. All right, let's go to the comments. That's enough clicks. Let's see. Who we got still? Who did I lose? I'm a weirdo. I'm a freak, says Rupert. You know what? Yeah. Scream it loud and clear. We're all freaks. Be the freak, right? Yes. Love your quirks. That was yesterday. He is. Hi. This is. Oh, I read that already. Me too, Mikey. Rupert. If you're cold, put on a long sleeve top. I wear a sweatshirt throughout the day down here. I take it off for the live. But my hands get cold. Amy says, we had sunshine blazing today, but the air was freezing cold. And Crimson is here. Hello. We want to rush it and can't rush life because you usually screw up when you rush things. Yeah, you can't rush it. You can't get there faster than it's willing to come to you. Maybe that's it. You know, maybe we've heard that expression, right? The thing that you want, the thing that you're looking for is looking for you. The thing that you want wants you. But if you're rushing it, then maybe it's not ready for you. And that's why you get hit in the face with more contrast when it gets here too fast. Rupert says, knowing business plans versus deciding. That's a good point. I will validate that point, right? All right, maybe we don't know, but a business. All right, I was using the business plan thing to prove my point, but let's play your game for a second. Here's the upside of a business plan, so to speak, is that by putting in those variables into a plan, you could argue that I'm setting intentions. Okay, I will definitely buy that. But that wasn't what I was talking about here. What I was saying was that I have this idea for a thing, and now I'm actually in the action. I've got my hands in the clay, so to speak. Whereas the business plan is I'm still drawing blueprints of this thing that I want to make, and I don't know exactly if I'm going to use this brush or that brush, or if I'm going to use, this clay. I'm not a physical artist, so I don't know these things. But so I make it up, and then when I get to the actual thing. Oh, the one I need is this one, except what I'm talking about is I just ran into the room, grabbed the first brush I saw and started throwing paint on the thing and realized this is the wrong color and I can't paint this thing with this brush. The bristles fell out. It's like that's what I'm talking about. You would think as an artist I would be able to do physical artistry metaphors a little bit better than that. Yet, I cannot. The best laid plans, says Mikey. Yeah, because I'm not like, I don't, you guys, a lot of you guys make these really cool things, and I'm a digital person. My music is digital. My graphics are digital. Everything's digital. I have zero paint on my hands. I have very clean fingernails. And I like it that way. Ray says, may the force be with you. No, may the force be kind to you. Okay, that's cool. I like that. I like it with me too. Rupert, I'm going to charge £1,000 a month and make £100,000 a year. That'd be £12,000. Is that pounds or euros? No, that's pound. I don't know. I know what you mean. But currently making zero. Oh, well, that sucks. You can do better than that. Enjoy the process, says Amy. Enjoy the journey. That's part of it too, is that, and I didn't mention that, thank you for that, Amy, is that when you're trying to force it, I said that there's a lot of stress there, but that also means, on the flip side, there's no enjoyment in that. All right, I want to be an artist, I want to be a business person, I want to be an entrepreneur so badly that I don't want to enjoy a minute of it. I want to enjoy every minute of it. And if I'm trying to force myself to get to a certain place, I guess the thinking there is that when I get there, I will enjoy myself, right? But there's that whole thing again. When that happens, then I will be happy. And we know it's Law of Attraction 101. That's not how it works, buddy. Right? You can't, it doesn't work. You got to be happy first. So how do you be happy first in this scenario? You have to be happy where you are. So then if you're happy where you are, why are you forcing this thing? Oh, I guess because I'm not happy where I am and I didn't remember the rules of, Law of Attraction land. Let me think about that. Stop forcing it. That, right? Different language, all talking about the same thing. Thanks, Amy, for that little perspective shift. That would be cool. Bead, I like it. Yeah, that's an Abraham thing. I steal things from people. So, don't say anything smart in this group. You'll hear me say it on Daily Fuels because I steal things. Amy says, we willed you to start the group. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Before I joined, I thought about if there was a group like this that was gentle with comments and safe to explore ideas and get assistance with things we didn't know. Yeah, thank you for that, Amy. I appreciate that. I do believe that this group, in the way that it is forming, is a co-creative place between me and the people in it. There are the people who were here from the very beginning who sort of laid the foundation of the energy that has become this, what you're saying. And now there are the people who are joining it now because as I'm getting greater clarity with where I'm taking things, a lot of you are coming along for the ride and gaining clarity within the group itself and seeing like, hey, we can do this or I can do this, and you're taking it into your own life, and now it's ready for more people and more people, but not all of those people were particularly ready for it on day one. Also, it's hard to open a group with 10,000 people on day one. That I wish I could have done that, but that would have been forcing it. Right? Ray says yes, Amy, yes. Crimson says, eventually things are going to change no matter what you think you've planned. And life has a way of throwing you a curveball when you're expecting a fastball. That's true. That's that contrast I was saying. Once you get there, that you made up, now, it's like I'm here and I'm ready for the fastball and the ball's a curveball coming from over here and it hits you in the side of the head. You're just not ready for it. You're not ready for things when you're rushing headlong. Rupert says, weirdo equals weirdo. Are your comments about Celsius weirdos? Oh, I'm a weirdo. Yeah. Now, I know that for some reason in the United States we use the Fahrenheit system, and we still use feet and inches. I don't know. Well, isn't that the English system though? Like, what do you use in England? Do you use feet and inches, or do you use meters? But see, I also went to engineering school, and in engineering school we used the meters and stuff. I forget what it's called. What is that called? The metric system. Versus the imperial system, right? Isn't that what it is? But wouldn't the imperial system be from the British Empire? I don't know. Unless your name is Jeffrey Rush, yes. Knowing, deciding, and allowing. Yes, so that's right. The allowing part is what I'm talking about here, is to not try to... I think deciding and setting an intention is great. Actually, Good point. All right, so you said knowing versus deciding, and then I said, okay, so the business plan might be like setting an intention. But if you then say, I've decided in my business plan, in my blueprints for this thing, in my thumbnails for this art project that I'm making, right? Whatever. I've decided that I'm going to set the intention that it will be this. That, I think, is great. However, if then you are so hell-bent on making that decision, that intention be the thing, and only that, nothing else will do. It has to be that because I decided, right? That's not allowing. Right? Because deciding isn't deciding the how. It's not deciding the features. It's deciding the feeling. When this art project is done, I want to feel like this. Right? That's deciding. But to say that this art project has to be this shade of blue, but I don't have that shade of blue. Well, so I have to mix every piece of thing that I have until I make that shade of blue, and you're like, this is a silly example, but you get what I'm saying. It's like you're trying to create this thing you have in your head, except what you really want is the feeling that you'll get when it's created. And so deciding on the intention means deciding on the feeling that you want. That's your decision. Deciding how it's going to be made, that's rarely your decision. We're more like the vessel that it gets flowed through. Your music is physical, sound is vibration. That's true, yeah, because I said my music is digital, but yeah, you're right. I meant I use digital tools to make it, though. Amy, except when you paint the door red. Ah, yes, right, absolutely. That I did get red paint on my hands, and I was very angry about that, because I don't like paint on my hands. Mikey, as any gastroenterologist will tell you, don't force it. Thanks. Ray, force noun equals good. Force verb, maybe not so hot. Force energy potential. Yeah, okay. So, I'm saying force is the verb, right? Don't force it. Don't coerce. Right? I'm using that form. However, the force, the source energy, that's a good thing. I do like words. Amy says centimeters and meters. Rupert says Celsius in the UK. Distances, we use both. Okay, cool. Because those two, for anyone who don't know, they're in the UK, Amy and Rupert. So thank you guys for answering my question. Yeah, I guess we do. I don't know what you do, but okay. But your computer is physical. Okay. Yes. Ray says, oh, your timing is perfect. You waved your arms and the words on the screen flew off. Nice. Oh, did I? I went like this and they moved? That's pretty cool. Like oh, damn it. Wrong way. That would have been cool. All right. I love the feeling of paint on my hands. Oh, do you? Yeah, okay. I don't. I like clean hands. So, yeah, you know what? It's like my thing's not mirrored. So for me, it flows on the screen. I see it flowing on the screen this way. You see it flowing on the screen this way. But I have to do it the opposite way of how I see it in order for my hand to move the way that you see it. So it's like you see it go that way. All right. So when I do this, I have to point the wrong way that I'm seeing it to show. Anyway, it doesn't matter. When you're messy, you know you accomplished something. Okay, cool. I know exactly what you mean, and I do like that feeling when I'm doing something that is particularly physical. That like there are things that I do sometimes, but in general, my work is in digital tools, and I don't get dirty. So we're done. let's be done. So, thank you very much for hanging out with me again today. What day is today? Thursday. Yeah, so tomorrow, Saturday, we're good. And, yeah. And I'm still, I've got 11 people who signed up to help me with my my thing. And Crimson, yeah, you're one of them. And Rupert, you're one of them. And who else is here that's one of them? I don't know. Anyway, if you're interested, I'm working on a project. I thought I'd be deeper into it this week, but my server is not yet set up. So, what do you call it? I need a couple of weeks to put this together, but then I'll be in touch with everybody to say like, hey, here's the thing. Please take a look at this. But you know, I'm not talking to you right now. What I'm really saying is if there's anybody else watching this who would like to help me, let me know. And that's it. Yeah, I'm looking for people who are spiritual, who are artists, and who are entrepreneurs / business owners in an art-related field for about a year plus. So, sorry I yelled squirrel. Okay. Yes, says Crimson. I really can't wait to see what it is. Excellent. Me neither. So we'll see it together soon, I promise. Well, thanks guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it as always, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is. Bye.